Game 6 begins at 5 o'clock our time in Sunrise, Florida. Edmonton trails the Panthers 3-2, but the faith is still strong amongst the Oil fandom, including perhaps their most famous fan of all. If you have been tracking the Oilers Cup run this year and last year as well, you will have no doubt seen Mary Loewen, fittingly called Mama Stanley. She is the fan that's right front and center in the outdoor watch party or in the actual arena itself, dressed up exactly like the Stanley Cup. And Mama Stanley has been good enough to join us now. Hi, good afternoon.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for having me.
Well, thank you so much for taking the time. First off, I got to ask you, Game 6, a must win. How you feeling, Mama?
Totally confident. I believe. So when you believe, you're calm.
Yeah. What makes you believe? What makes you confident when you watch this team?
I just know we have two of the best players in the world, and we have a good team when they play their best. And they always do everything in dramatic fashion. So tonight is one of those nights, right? So, yeah, we got it.
I heard someone once describe it because I get quite anxious. And, the Oilers aren't my team. I'd love to see them win the Cup for Canada. But I heard someone describe it once like pressure is a privilege. And to be in the Stanley Cup final for 2 years in a row, it must feel that way for you as a super fan, no?
Last year, I truly believed but this year I feel it more. The energy in the city is electrifying, and and the thing is, people come up to me and they tell me they believe. Like, I don't have to sit there and convince them. They come up to me and say, I believe we're going to do it. This is our year, and I just agree with them, of course.
Well, of course, we are still a few hours away from puck drop. And for anyone who can't see you right now, you are in full Mama Stanley costume, looking like the Stanley Cup. But describe the outfit and everything for us, Mary.
Okay. Well, I have my makeup, of course, from my neck to my forehead. And then I have my silver outfit. And then I have my mucklucks to represent my culture, and then I have the wig and the crown.
Yeah,
and that's been made out of 3,500 sequins, and it took 6 hours to make of three of us. So
wow!
And then of course my gloves, and then the best part of all, my lucky underwear.
Yeah, we've got our fingers crossed that it's going to be especially lucky. But take us back. How did all of this begin?
Well, my daughter and I went to a game one time, and we each had on one of these blazers because there's two of them just put together. Yeah. And we went to the game, and we saw we knew a lot of people that were there, and they had said, wow, we can see you from way up top and everything. And then and Katrina, my daughter, knows how much I love the Oilers. Like, she knows them on my team since they won the very first Stanley Cup. And she was born that year. So she was even there when she came. She was only like, I don't know, a year old, but she was there. And then she said, Mom, you should try and make an outfit. And then we came up with the Stanley Cup. So then we had everything but the crown. And then she came up with the idea of the crown. She went to Michael's and got it and built it, and we all sat down together and we got it, and here we are.
Oh my goodness, it looks amazing. You have the face paint on, obviously, complete silver face paint. I have to ask, how long does the full setup take to get ready each game day?
The complete outfit, head to toe, 10 minutes.
No way.
Yep.
That's just 2 major fighting penalties worth of time. That's not nearly as long as I thought it was going to be.
That's good. That's right. I never thought of that. But yeah, 10 minutes.
What about when the game's over? Does it come off easy? Does it come off easily?
Oh, so easy. It's off. Like, I always do a TikTok video post game, and as soon as I'm done that, it takes 5 minutes, if that, because it just comes off easily with soap and water.
Yeah.
Just wipes off.
I described you as the most famous of the Edmonton fandom right now, the most iconic, surely. Anyone who's watched the game, especially when we're watching the watch party reaction when the Oilers are on the road, you are front and center. What has it been like? Do you feel like a celebrity when you're walking the streets these days?
I really do. And people always, oh, you bring such joy. And I've heard it so much that like I took note of it, and like it's true. Like people that see me, they smile, they're happy to see me, and they want to hug me. That's one thing. They always want to hug me. I don't know why, if it's because I'm so soft and squishy, but they love hugging me. And like I always say, I'll always give hugs and I'll never pull away because you don't know how bad they need the hug,
Mm.
right? So, but they treat me like gold. When I'm in the pit, like it gets a little wild behind us, but around me, people are so respectful,
That is fantastic. And
and I love it.
I
Yeah.
would suggest too, they probably treat you better than gold. They treat you like silver, Mama.
Yeah, there we go. Stanley Cup.
Speaking of those hugs and kind of the excitement, have you had a chance to meet any of the Edmonton Oilers either during this Stanley Cup run or last year's?
Nope, not a one.
Mm.
I've sat right behind the bench, and like Connor McDavid last year, he looked at me, right, and he most of them will look at me, and if I look at them, they'll look away right away. But he looked straight on, looked at me, and then I said, "You want me?" Right, and then this last year, when we were playing Utah, I sat behind their bench, and he looked at me, and um, so long that I had to look away, which isn't me, right? But it was just awesome. But no, I've never met them per se. Like, and I think it's superstition, like
Yeah.
um that they absolutely will once we win the cup. And um but yeah, I think it's just superstition.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I was going to inquire about that. You know, for anyone who's not a hockey fan, hockey players are extremely superstitious, and one of the most popular superstitions is that hockey players refuse to actually touch the Stanley Cup unless they've won the Stanley Cup. So I wonder that might be what's at play here. No?
Yeah, it is because they do know who I am, and like Zach Hyman acknowledged me after the one game, and and like I know a lot of them know who I am, you know,
Hmm.
and but I just know that it's superstition. So
Well, game six, the Edmonton Oilers have their backs against the wall, but you're right. They have been the comeback kids. They've been dramatic in the best way all season long. And I know you have full faith that they'll come back. What do you think it would mean for the team and the city and even this country to see the Cup back in Canada?
oh my God, it would be amazing. Like um, it's been 35 years that the Oilers have won, so that's a long time coming. So I think the nation would be ecstatic. Like I'm just getting shivers talking about it because it's so exciting. Like I love it. I
Well,
love it.
listen, Mama Stanley, thank you so much for doing this with us. Enjoy yourself today. We'll be watching.